Take a deep breath. No, really, right now with me. Inhale and exhale. Do you feel that? That space between the air filling your lungs and the moment you let it go, that is time. That is a piece of your life that just happened. It's gone, and you will never get it back. How many of those breaths have you taken today while staring at a screen? How many hours have slipped through your fingers like fine sand, leaving you with nothing but a faint residue of anxiety and the ghostly glow of a phone on your face in a dark room? We need to talk. This isn't going to be one of those videos with 10 easy tips to reclaim your day. This isn't a productivity hack seminar. This is an intervention, an alarm bell in the dead of night. Because I see you. I see the flicker of the life you were meant to live, dancing in your eyes right before you unlock your phone for the 17th time in an hour. I see the book you wanted to write gathering dust in the corner of your mind. I see the business you dreamed of starting, the relationship you needed to mend, the person you were supposed to become, all waiting patiently on the other side of a mountain of wasted moments. You tell yourself you're just relaxing, just unwinding, just taking a little break. But is it relaxing truly, or is it a frantic, desperate attempt to numb the quiet, screaming voice inside that tells you this isn't it? That this endless scroll, this cascade of meaningless updates and other people's curated happiness is a thief. It's a silent, smiling assassin of your potential. It's the most elegant and insidious trap ever designed, and you walked into it willingly, believing it was a playground. You think you have time. That's the grand illusion, the deadliest lie we tell ourselves. You think, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll make the call. Tomorrow I'll be disciplined. Tomorrow I'll choose my dreams over my distractions. But tomorrow is a myth. It's a ghost that lives in the fog of your good intentions. The only thing that is real, the only thing you will ever have is this breath, this heartbeat, this single, solitary, sacred moment now. And what are you doing with it? Are you building? Are you creating? Are you loving? Are you becoming? Or are you just scrolling, watching, consuming? Let this be the moment the anesthesia wears off. Let this be the moment you feel the full, terrifying, glorious weight of your own life in your hands. Because it's time to wake up. It's time to stop bleeding your future away 1 second at a time. Your real life is waiting for you to log off and show up for it. The question is, will you? The silence that follows a clicked off screen can be deafening, can it? In that void, there's no one to entertain you. No algorithm feeding you your next little dopamine hit. It's just you and the echo of your own thoughts. And what do they say? What whispers emerge from the quiet corners of your soul when they finally have a chance to speak? Do they whisper of regret, of chances not taken? Do they remind you of the promises you made to a younger version of yourself? Promises that now feel like distant, faded memories. This is the core of it all. We don't waste time because we are lazy. We waste time because we are afraid. We are terrified of that silence. We are terrified of the person we might find waiting for us there. We are scared of the work it will take to become the person we want to be. It's easier to watch someone else live their dream life than it is to build our own. It's easier to have an opinion on a stranger's drama than it is to confront the drama in our own heart. It's easier to consume than it is to create. Creation is vulnerable, it's messy, it requires courage. To write the first sentence, to paint the first stroke, to make the first sales call, to have the difficult conversation, that is to risk failure. That is to risk looking foolish. And so we retreat. We retreat into the safe, predictable comfort of the digital womb where nothing is asked of us but our attention. And we give it so freely. We trade hours of our irreplaceable life for a few cheap laughs, a flicker of outrage, a moment of vicarious success. We are trading gold for gravel. We are selling our birthright for a bowl of digital soup. Think about the currency of your life. It isn't money. It isn't status. It is time. It is the finite number of heartbeats you have been allotted on this planet. Every minute you spend in a state of passive consumption is a minute you are not investing in your own growth, your own joy, your own legacy. Imagine yourself at the end of your days, an old, weathered hand holding a cup of tea, looking out a window. And in that moment of quiet reflection, you look back. You look back at the vast expanse of your life. Will you see a tapestry woven with rich experiences, bold choices, and deep connections? Will you see the scars of battles fought for things that mattered, the joy of mountains climbed, the peace of love given and received? Or will you see a blur, a hazy, indistinct montage of screens and notifications, of days that bled into one another, indistinguishable and forgettable? Will you be haunted by the ghost of the person you could have become, the one who wrote the book, the one who traveled the world, the one who built the family, the one who wasn't afraid of the silence? That person is not a fantasy. That person is a possibility. That person is locked inside you, waiting for you to turn the key. And the key is not a complex system. It is a simple, brutal, and liberating choice. The choice to be present. To be present is to declare war on distraction. It is to say no. No to the endless notifications. No to the meaningless arguments online. No to the constant nagging pressure to be available to everyone at all times. It is to say yes. Yes to the person sitting across the table from you. Yes to the book in your hands. Yes to the work that sets your soul on fire. Yes to the silence and the difficult, beautiful truths it contains. This isn't about becoming a hermit. This is about becoming a gatekeeper, the guardian of your own focus. Your attention is the most valuable asset you possess. Where you place it, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, your life goes. Are you directing the flow, or are you letting 1,000 tiny, insignificant leaks drain you dry? Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a fickle and unreliable friend. It comes and goes like the weather. Do not build your life on the shifting sands of motivation. Build it on the bedrock of discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-love. It is the love that says, I care enough about my future self to do the hard thing today. It's the love that chooses the discomfort of a workout over the comfort of the couch. It's the love that chooses the challenge of creation over the ease of consumption. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishment. It's what you do when no one is watching. It's the promise you keep to yourself. And it starts small. It starts with one moment. Maybe it's the decision to leave your phone in another room for 1 hour. Just one. Feel the phantom vibrations. Feel the itch to check. Feel the anxiety. And then feel it pass. Feel the space that opens up. The clarity, the quiet. In that quiet, you might hear it again. The whisper, the call to adventure, the call to your own life. Maybe it's the decision to write one page. Just one. Not a novel, not a masterpiece. One page of your thoughts, your ideas, your story. Maybe it's the decision to go for a 10-minute walk without headphones, to just look at the sky, to notice the shape of the leaves on the trees, to listen to the world that exists beyond the speakers and the screens. These are not small things. They are everything. They are acts of rebellion. They are declarations of independence. You are taking back your mind. You are reclaiming your sovereignty. You are remembering that you are a human being, not a user profile. You are a soul, not an algorithm's target. The world will not stop trying to steal your time. The machine is designed to keep you hooked. It is a battle you must choose to fight every single day. There will be days you lose. There will be days you fall back into the old patterns. That's okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. The goal is to shorten the time between getting lost and finding your way back, to forgive yourself and to begin again and again and again. Because what is the alternative to drift, to let the currents of culture and technology pull you wherever they please? To wake up one day in 5 years or 10 or 20 and realize you have no idea how you got there and that the place you've arrived at looks nothing like the one you dreamed of? That is a quiet tragedy. It is the unspoken heartbreak of millions, but it does not have to be yours. You are the author of your story, the director of your movie, the captain of your ship. But a captain who is asleep at the wheel is no captain at all. It's time to take the helm firmly. Feel the urgency of this, not as a source of panic, but as a source of energy. Your time is finite. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is your one life. This is your one shot to feel, to love, to learn, to build, to experience the full, breathtaking spectrum of what it means to be alive. Do not trade it for a cheap imitation. Do not settle for the highlight reel of someone else's existence. Your messy, complicated, imperfect, beautiful life is waiting for you. It's waiting in the challenge, in the effort, in the connection, in the silence. It's waiting for you to choose it. So choose it now. Put down the phone after this. Look up, see the world, take a breath, and then go do something, anything that makes you feel truly alive. Your future self will thank you for it. Believe in yourself. The power has been in you all along. You just have to decide to use it. Don't let another precious moment slip away. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do about it? That ticking sound, it's not just a metaphor, is it? It's the rhythm of reality. It's the sound of doors gently closing, of opportunities fading from view. It's the relentless march of the world, which will continue to turn whether you are participating in your own life or simply observing it from the sidelines. We've become obsessed with the idea of being busy. We wear our packed schedules like a badge of honor. We rush from one trivial task to another, filling every available moment with motion, mistaking that motion for progress. But look closer. Is that busyness building anything? Or is it just another, more socially acceptable form of distraction? It's a smokescreen, a way to avoid the one or two truly important things that actually scare us. Answering a dozen emails feels productive, but it's not as important as starting chapter 1. Attending 3 meetings feels essential, but it's not as vital as having that one difficult heart-to-heart conversation. We are drowning in the shallows because we are afraid of the deep end. The deep end is where the real work lies. It's where meaning is found. It's where you grow. Let's be honest about the enemy we're facing. This isn't just about a lack of willpower. You are in a war for your attention, and you are hopelessly outgunned. The brightest minds of a generation are not working on curing diseases or solving world hunger. They are working on ways to keep you clicking. They are designing algorithms with one single purpose: to capture as much of your limited time on this earth as possible and sell it to the highest bidder. The pull to refresh mechanism, the infinite scroll, the carefully timed notifications, these are not neutral tools. They are precision-engineered psychological triggers designed to exploit the same reward pathways in your brain as a slot machine. It's a variable reward schedule. You pull the lever and you don't know if you'll see something amazing, something enraging, or something utterly mundane. And that uncertainty is precisely what makes it so addictive. So when you feel that pull, that irresistible urge, understand that it's not a personal failing. You are not weak. You are a human being fighting a supercomputer that knows your weaknesses better than you do. And the only way to win is to change the rules of the game, to refuse to play. And what is the cost of playing? It's far more than just lost hours. It is stolen joy. It is a slow, steady erosion of your own self-worth. You scroll through a gallery of perfected moments, a curated feed of career wins, perfect bodies, exotic vacations, and flawless relationships. And you look up from your screen at your own life, your messy, complicated, beautifully imperfect, real life. And you feel a pang of inadequacy. You start to believe that your story isn't good enough, that you are not good enough. This comparison is a thief that robs you of the ability to appreciate the gifts that are right in front of you. It makes you a spectator in your own existence, always looking over the fence, convinced the grass is greener, while your own lawn withers from neglect. You cannot build a life of gratitude and contentment while you are constantly marinating in a stew of envy and comparison. It is poison to the soul. So, what is the antidote? It is something our modern world has tried to extinguish. It is the lost art of boredom. We have come to see boredom as a failure, a void that must be immediately filled with stimulation. The second we have a free moment, in line at the store, waiting for a friend, sitting at a red light, we reach for the phone. We have forgotten that boredom is not an absence. It is an incubator. It is the fertile ground where creativity sprouts. It is in the moments of unstructured, unoccupied quiet that your mind finally has the space to wander, to make novel connections, to solve problems that have been nagging at you, to hear its own voice. Your best ideas will not come to you while you are consuming someone else's. They will come to you in the shower, on a long walk, while staring out a window. They will come when you give them space to arrive. You must be willing to endure the initial discomfort of doing nothing, to sit with yourself, to be bored. It is a superpower in a world that is addicted to noise. Reclaim your right to be bored. This means you have to become an architect of your own environment. Stop relying on willpower alone. It's a finite resource that gets depleted throughout the day. Instead, design your world to make focus the path of least resistance. If your phone is the first thing you see in the morning, you will lose the battle before you are even fully awake. Charge it in another room. Buy a simple alarm clock. Create a sanctuary around your bed, free from the intrusion of the digital world. If you want to write, make your desk a place of creation, not administration. Clear it of everything but what you need for that one task. If you want to read more, leave a book on your pillow. Make the good habits easy and the bad habits hard. Unsubscribe from the emails, turn off the notifications, delete the apps that you know are nothing more than time sinks. This isn't about deprivation. This is about intention. It's about consciously choosing what you allow into your life and into your mind. And remember the power of the first step, the smallest viable action. The sheer scale of our dreams can paralyze us. I want to write a book. I want to start a business. I want to get in the best shape of my life. These goals are so massive they can feel impossible. So we do nothing. The secret is to break it down. You don't write a book. You write one sentence, then another. You don't build a business. You make one phone call. You send one email. You don't get in shape. You do one push-up. You go for a 5-minute walk. The goal is not the outcome initially. The goal is to build momentum, to prove to yourself that you can. Every tiny action is a vote you cast for the person you want to become. Each small victory builds a thread of confidence. Enough threads woven together day after day become an unbreakable cable. You build the new you, not with one grand gesture, but with 1,000 small acts of discipline that no one else even sees. Ultimately, this is about redefining what it means to be rich. We have been sold a cheap, flimsy definition of wealth. A definition based on numbers in a bank account, on the car you drive, on the size of your house. But you have met people who have all of those things and are desperately spiritually poor. And you have met people who have very little in the material sense, but who are radiant with life. A truly rich life is a life rich in focus, rich in presence, rich in deep immersive experiences. It's a life rich in moments where time seems to disappear because you are so completely engaged in what you are doing. It is a wealth of connection, of creativity, of contribution. This is an inner wealth that once you have built it can never be taken from you. It is the ultimate security. It is the ultimate freedom. So I ask you again, the clock is ticking. Are you going to continue spending your precious finite time making other people rich? Or are you finally going to start investing in the only thing that truly matters, the richness of your own soul? To invest in your soul means to choose depth over breadth. It means recognizing that 1 hour of focused, deep work on your craft is more valuable than 8 hours of fractured, distracted busyness. It means understanding that one real, vulnerable conversation with someone you love is worth more than 1,000 superficial online interactions. It is a radical act of rebellion in a world that wants you to be a mile wide and an inch deep. To be an inch wide and a mile deep, that is where the treasure is buried. That is where you find not just success, but fulfillment. A quiet, profound sense of rightness that no amount of external validation can ever hope to replicate. This is the work of a lifetime. It is the slow, patient cultivation of an inner garden. Are you tending to your garden, or are you letting the weeds of distraction choke the life out of everything that could have been beautiful? And you cannot tend to this garden if the temple that houses it is in ruins. Your body, your physical self, is not a machine to be abused and ignored. It is the vessel for your consciousness. It is the instrument through which you experience the world. You cannot have mental clarity if you are running on 4 hours of sleep. You cannot have creative energy if you are fueling yourself with junk. You cannot have emotional resilience if you never move your body. Taking care of your physical health is not a separate, secondary goal. It is the foundation upon which all other efforts are built. To sleep 8 hours is not a luxury. It is a non-negotiable act of mental hygiene. To exercise is not about vanity. It is about generating the raw energy required to fight for your focus. To eat well is not about restriction. It is about respecting the incredible biological miracle that is you. To honor your body is the first, most fundamental way of honoring your time. Think about the legacy you are leaving. Not a legacy of statues and monuments, but a legacy of moments. A ripple effect that starts with your choices right now. Every time you choose to put your phone down and be truly present with your child, you are creating a memory that may shape the parent they become. Every time you choose to create something of value, to solve a problem, to share your unique gift with the world, you are sending a ripple of positive energy out into the universe. Your focused life is a gift not just to yourself, but to everyone you touch. Conversely, your distracted life also leaves a legacy of missed connections, of half-heard conversations, of promises unfulfilled, of a potential that was never realized. You are leaving a legacy one way or another. The only question is, will it be a legacy of presence or a legacy of absence? We must directly confront the great lie of our age, the fear of missing out. FOMO, this nagging anxiety that if we disconnect, we will miss some crucial update, some breaking news, some hilarious meme. But let me reframe this for you. The real tragedy is not the fear of missing out on what is happening online. The real tragedy is the lived reality of missing out on your own life. You are missing the sunset because you are looking at a picture of a sunset. You are missing the sound of your partner's laughter because you are watching a video of a stranger laughing. You are missing the subtle, beautiful, unrepeatable moments of your one and only existence. The true goal is to cultivate JOMO, the joy of missing out. The joy of knowing that by saying no to the trivial, you are saying yes to what truly matters. The joy of being the calm, centered eye of the hurricane of digital noise. The joy of being here now, fully. And where does this matter most? In our relationships. Look around you, in cafes, in living rooms, on trains. You see it everywhere. The alone together phenomenon. Bodies in the same physical space, but minds a million miles away, each lost in the private glow of a screen. We are sacrificing conversation for mere connection. We are texting people who are far away while ignoring the human being sitting right in front of us. This is a slow motion catastrophe for empathy. True connection is not built on emojis and status updates. It is built in the spaces between words, in shared eye contact, in the vulnerability of being seen and heard without a filter. It takes courage to offer someone your undivided attention. It is one of the most profound gifts you can give. Are you giving that gift to the people who matter most? Or are you giving them the leftover scraps of your attention, the fragmented bits that remain after the algorithm has taken its share? This is why you must create sacred time. Time that is non-negotiable, time that is protected with the ferocity of a mother bear protecting her cubs. It might be the first hour of your day before the world has a chance to intrude, reserved for meditation, journaling, or deep thought. It might be a 2-hour block in the afternoon where all notifications are off, all tabs are closed, and you are fully immersed in your most important work. It might be a no-device dinner with your family every single night. These are not just blocks on a calendar, they are rituals. They are powerful statements to yourself and to the world about what you value. You are building a fortress of focus, and within its walls, your best self can finally emerge. You are taking back control, one sacred hour at a time. So we stand here at a crossroads. In one direction lies the well-worn path of ease and distraction, a path of muted colors, of passive consumption, of a life lived at a low hum. It requires nothing from you, and it will give you nothing in return but regret. In the other direction is the path less traveled. It is uphill. It requires effort, discipline, and courage. It demands that you be awake, aware, and intentional. But this path is where the colors are vibrant. This path is where you feel the full, exhilarating thrill of being alive. It is the path of creation, of connection, of meaning. It is the path of the person you were always meant to be. The choice has never been clearer. The stakes have never been higher. Your entire life, the one you dream of, is on the other side of the war you win against your own distractions. So, I ask you one last time, that ticking clock is your heartbeat. The world is holding its breath, waiting for your answer. What will you build with the time you have left? What will you do right now? The answer isn't some grand, life-altering gesture. The answer is to win the next 5 minutes. That's it. Don't think about the rest of your life. Don't think about the rest of the day. Just look at the next 5 minutes on the clock and make a conscious choice to own them completely. Maybe you use them to close your eyes and just breathe. Maybe you use them to write down the 3 most important things you need to do today. Maybe you use them to stand up, stretch, and drink a glass of water. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it is a choice. Your choice, not the algorithm's choice, not your inbox's choice, yours. Because this entire war is won in these tiny 5-minute skirmishes. We lose our lives not in giant cataclysmic events, but in a million tiny paper cuts. A minute here checking a notification, 2 minutes there scrolling a feed, 5 minutes watching a video you didn't even mean to click on. It's time confetti. Seemingly harmless little scraps of time that we throw away without a thought. But at the end of the month, at the end of the year, when you gather all that confetti together, you realize you've thrown away a mountain of your own life. You've given away days, weeks, months of your finite existence. It's time to stop making confetti. It's time to start weaving a tapestry. And let's talk about the stories we tell ourselves. The most dangerous story is the one that says, "This is just who I am. I'm just a procrastinator. I just have a short attention span. I'm not a disciplined person." Stop. That is not a diagnosis. That is a description of your current habits. It is not your identity. Your identity is not fixed. It is a living, breathing thing that you build every single day with your actions. When you choose to consume, you are reinforcing the identity of a consumer. When you choose to create, you are reinforcing the identity of a creator. When you choose to be distracted, you are casting a vote for being a distracted person. When you choose to focus, you are casting a vote for being a focused person. You are not what you think you are. You are what you repeatedly do. So who do you want to be? Start acting like that person right now in the smallest possible way. The person you want to be wouldn't waste this hour. The person you want to be would read 1 page. The person you want to be would make the call. Be that person now. The feeling of being that person will follow the action. The action does not follow the feeling. We have also confused rest with numbness. We work hard, we feel drained, and we collapse onto the couch, phone in hand, and call it relaxing. But is it? True rest, what scientists call active recovery, restores you. It replenishes your energy. A walk in nature is rest. Listening to music with your eyes closed is rest. A conversation with a friend where you are fully present is rest. Playing an instrument is rest. Reading a book is rest. These activities fill your cup back up. Scrolling through a feed of outrage, envy, and anxiety is not rest. It is a continuation of the assault on your nervous system in a different form. It drains you further. It leaves you feeling more agitated, more fragmented, more tired than when you started. You are not recharging your battery. You are just plugging it into a device that slowly leaks its power away. You have to become a connoisseur of your own recovery. Learn the difference between the activities that truly restore your soul and the activities that simply numb the pain of being exhausted. Choose restoration over numbness, always. And perhaps the most powerful tool we have, the one we are most afraid to look at, is the reality of our own mortality. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. This is not meant to be morbid. It is meant to be a clarion call. It is the ultimate filter for what matters. When you hold your choices up against the finite backdrop of your life, the trivial things immediately fall away. Will this matter on my deathbed? Will I be glad I spent this hour arguing with a stranger online? Will I wish I had watched more videos? Or will I wish I had created more memories? The thought of death strips away all the non-essential nonsense. It clarifies your priorities with a brutal, beautiful efficiency. Use it. Don't run from it. Let it be the advisor that sits on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, "Is this truly worthy of the time you have left?" Let it give you the courage to say no. Let it give you the urgency to say yes to the things that make your heart sing. This is why systems are more important than goals. A goal is a point in the future. I want to lose 20 pounds. A system is the process you follow in the present. I will go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. A goal is I want to write a novel. A system is I will write 500 words every morning before I check my email. Goals can be discouraging because you are always in a state of pre-success failure. You haven't reached the goal yet, so you feel like you're losing. But with a system, you win every single time you execute the process. Did you write your 500 words today? You won. Did you go to the gym? You won. The final outcome is simply a byproduct of winning the day over and over again. So stop obsessing over the destination. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the daily act of showing up for yourself. That is where the magic happens. That is how you build a life, not by staring at the mountaintop, but by focusing on taking the next single perfect step. And you must be prepared for the resistance. Not just your own internal resistance, but resistance from the world around you. In our hyper-connected culture, being unavailable is sometimes seen as being rude. Choosing to focus is an act of social defiance. People may not understand why you don't respond to a text in 30 seconds. They may be confused when you set boundaries around your time. You have to be okay with that. You have to be willing to be misunderstood in the short term to build a life of meaning in the long term. Your focus is yours. It is not a public utility for anyone to plug into whenever they want. You are the guardian at the gate of your own mind, and it is your sacred duty to protect it. To protect it from the endless demands, the trivialities, the noise, because inside that protected space is where your best work is done, where your deepest relationships are nurtured, and where your truest self resides. So let's bring it all home. This is not about becoming a productivity machine. This is not about squeezing every last drop of efficiency out of your day. This is about being human, a full, complete, vibrant human being. It's about feeling the texture of your own life. It's about trading the frantic, hollow static of distraction for the deep, resonant music of a life lived with purpose. It's about looking your children in the eye. It's about tasting your food. It's about feeling the sun on your skin. These are the things that make up a life. These are the things we are sacrificing at the altar of the algorithm. The journey starts now, not tomorrow, not next week. It starts with the very next choice you make. When this video ends, that choice will be waiting for you. The phone will call to you, the void will beckon, and you will have to decide. Will you answer its call, or will you answer your own? Will you choose the easy path of distraction or the rewarding path of presence? The choice is yours alone. No one can make it for you. But know this: every time you choose presence, every time you choose your dream, every time you choose the difficult, meaningful path, you are not just changing your own life. You are sending a signal to the world, a signal that says a different way is possible, a signal that inspires others to wake up. You become a lighthouse, a beacon of focus in a sea of distraction. So be the lighthouse. Take that deep breath again. Feel the preciousness of this moment and choose. Choose wisely, choose you. Your life is waiting. Go, live it.